A boy from Brazil completely changed the history of football. He brought his own name and his country's name to the top of history. At just 17 years old, his name was Pele. He came from a poor family and lived in a slum. Even though he didn't have money, he would make a football out of clothes and play with his friends. He had turned his neighborhood into a football ground. He had a unique talent from the start, jumping and kicking. His entire focus was on the football. Finally, that day came, the year 1950. It was Brazil's final World Cup match, which the villagers were listening to on the radio. But Brazil's opposing team scored a goal. Pele was also listening to the match from the roof. The opposing team scored a second goal, and in the end, the Brazil team lost 2-1. Everyone was disappointed, but Pele's father was the most saddened. He started crying. Seeing his father cry, Pele also had tears in his eyes. But this defeat ignited a fire in Pele, a fire that no tsunami could extinguish. That same night, Pele went to his father and said with enthusiasm, "Father, I promise, I will definitely bring the World Cup for Brazil." But his father smiled gently and said, "Son, you are innocent now. You said that in excitement, but stay away from this and complete your studies." One day, some rich boys were talking about a small football tournament. Whoever won it would get a chance to play internationally. Pele overheard this and participated in the game with his friends. Pele's friends scored the first goal. Finally, Pele scored the second goal. But the rich boys were also moving forward by defeating the other team. In this way, Pele's team kept scoring goals and moving forward. Finally, Pele's team and the rich boys' team reached the final. Both teams were about to clash in the final. The rich boys were making fun of Pele's friends because they weren't wearing shoes. At home, Pele's father encouraged him because his father knew that he had secretly participated in the tournament.
Finally, the final moment arrived. Pele's friend brought some shoes from the junk. Everyone wore those shoes, which were very big. And in this way, the rich boy gave Pele this name, Pele. After which he got very angry, but his friends calmed him down. After a while, the match started. Everyone shook hands and went onto the field. But the opposing team scored the first goal. Pele's team was getting weak. His friends were falling because of those shoes. The opposing team had scored 4 goals. After a long time, Pele got angry because they were calling him Pele, Pele. Then he saw his father. His anger subsided and he threw off his shoes. Everyone started laughing at him, saying, "Who plays football without shoes?" But Pele remembered the talent that was already inside him, the way he used to show it in the slum alleys. Pele lifted the ball on his toes. The opposing team was standing in a circle. He took the ball out and, in his usual style, started taking the ball towards the goal. The opposing team couldn't even touch the ball. Everyone was astonished. In this way,